It's Fans Corner. Welcome to it, and thank you so much for making time for us. We are shifting our focus now to the Nedbank Cup. Kiona, we've just watched Supersport United against Orlando Pirates out at the Old Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane. And that game ended much later. Now, I ended up, while I'm recording this one, I'm also watching the Kaizer Chiefs game at the same time. So there's a little bit of distraction there because I want to watch the game. Otherwise, the game itself ended in a 2-2 draw in the regulation 90 minutes. It went on to extra time. Nothing could separate the two teams, and it went to penalty shootouts. Orlando Pirates winning those shootouts by 5 goals to 4 after sudden death. Sipo Chaine saved 2 of those penalties, and one from the Supersports, one penalty was saved by Ricardo Goss. The game, I think I liked the first half more than any other part of the game. The first half was quite pre-flowing, and it didn't make sense actually because Polokwane, a very hot Polokwane. I mean, a game that starts at 3 o'clock, it's still pretty much hot. You would have expected the game not to be as fast as it was in the first half. I wouldn't say it's not too fast, but it was box to box. It was a box to box situation. Both teams wanted to win the game. You could tell that from the first half. Clumsy defending from both teams. I think all 4 goals came down to defensive errors from both teams. Hence, I timed this video, clumsy defending, because especially on the Pirates side, which is what I've noticed over the past couple of games. If we look at the past 5 games, excluding 6 games, if you actually include this one as well, 2 of them Pirates lost the games. I think one of them it was against Sundowns. The other game it was against Marumo Gallants. The other 3 games Pirates won them, but you saw they won them with very narrow scores. 2-1s, I think it's 2-1s, and there's also 1-0 somewhere there. I think Pirates are looking pretty shaky. Yes, they are winning games, but they are looking quite shaky. Remember the other video? I think it was that late winner by Goodman Musela, when I said they were even lucky to win that particular game. So I think now they're just, by the skin of their teeth, they're just getting through. But sometimes that's what you need in football. You need that luck to get through. This particular one as well, I found their defense to be quite clumsy and shaky at very crucial times of the game. I mean, the way Supersports equalized. Okay, Pirates scored first, and then there was a misjudging from Sipo Chaine in the first half, where he went for the ball. He came out and went for the ball, and he mistimed his header because he was outside the 18 area, so he couldn't handle the ball, had to head the ball, and he missed the header. Tsugaman just stood under the ball, went through and equalized for Supersports United, and it was from there on it was game on. But then Pirates still got a chance just before the halftime whistle through Evidence Makgopa. They took the lead in the very crucial time of the game, which is just before halftime. So you go to the halftime leading, which is an advantage to you. So now you have to toy with 2 ideas here. Do we come back and block and close shop and make sure this is a cup competition, so goal difference is not an issue? Or you want to be comfortable at the end of the game by at least giving yourself some cushion. So when the game came back, I didn't really understand what was the game plan from Orlando Pirates, but I could see Supersports really tried to, because they had to, because they were trailing. They really tried to get back into the game, and I think that perhaps their substitutions came in at the wrong time, because when they came through, I think for some time we started. There was you could see that Pirates was not looking like the Pirates that we are used to. But in any case, they did not look like the Pirates that we're used to, because we saw Mufokeng playing that central role, like we saw Kaizer Chiefs doing the same thing in another game recently where Mfuto Vilakazi was playing the number 10 position. Even this time around, we saw Relebogile Mufokeng playing in the middle with Hoto playing on the left wing. We've seen Hoto playing left back recently, but we know he's actually we've got to know him as a left winger. Right wing, we saw Nkota. I think it was pretty much balanced, but I don't think Mufokeng was winning that battle there, especially with the people behind him and his physicality as well. Just quite similar to what happened with Mfundo Vilakazi in the Chiefs game, where he was just pushed around a number of times. When the changes were made, we started seeing the Pirates, because the Pirates that we know that tried to dominate the middle of the park. But again, the problem with Pirates is not the middle, neither is it the offensive side. The problem with Pirates now is the defense. Sometimes they make some schoolboy errors, and that's what they did again today. You saw some individual brilliance from Supersport's what's his name? I forgot his name, but he sliced through that defense easily. And at that particular time, we had already come. This was in the additional time of the game. This was injury time of the game. This was beyond 90 minutes. We've already counted the game as a win for Orlando Pirates. They're going through to the semi-final, and Supersports equalize. I think Pirates, to a certain extent, their defense goes to sleep at the wrong times. I remember that the other game they were blaming Kloki. Even today, he may have taken a little bit of, he could take some little bit of a blame, especially with the equalizer, the first equalizer from Supersports. There are a lot of mistakes that are happening at the Pirates defense right now, and we could easily attribute them to the fact that there are some changes that they have been making at the back. We saw Mbugazi coming through today. We also saw Ndlozi, who's a player that we are not used to seeing there in the right back of Orlando Pirates. But yeah, they still made it through the lottery of penalties. Good penalties that were taken, especially the first few penalties. The last couple of penalties were terrible, especially from the Supersport side. That's why they lost the game and Pirates won the game. So I guess Pirates want to really defend this trophy. They have a chance now to try and win it for the third consecutive time, which is would be very impressive, especially for a coach that has only been in South Africa for 3 seasons to win this particular trophy, and a record time. I think they have to also work on the defense if they are going to win this particular trophy, or if they are going to stand a chance to win even the CAF Champions League, because they are still in that as well. So I think the defense, they have to really work on it, because once the defense is steady, now you make sure that you also give your midfielders confidence to know that at the back doors are shut. They can go on and explore without worrying about what's happening at the back. But right now they have to worry about what's happening at the back as well. Otherwise, congratulations to Amapagania. We'll see how it goes with the other teams, and we'll see how the draw happens on Sunday evening. Obviously, Sundowns does not get to play because of the challenges of stadium bookings, which is really, really quite comical if you can't think about it. Anyway, this has been Fans Corner. I've been distracted by the Kaizer Chiefs game, because we had to start recording this while just as the Kaizer Chiefs game was starting. So I've been disrupted a little bit. So apologies for that. Otherwise, this has been Fans Corner. Thank you so much for your time. Make sure you subscribe. Get your friends and your relatives to also subscribe to this channel, and also follow us on our socials. We meet again in the next one.